Chapter 14, Partario, Clondis, Porchdoor. Natalie is sitting in the passenger seat, waiting on Nathan as she hotboxes the car into oblivion. She's also beginning to stress out due to some unfortunate news she just heard on the car radio. She wonders what is taking Nathan so long, but she just keeps hitting that grass. It's not something her father would be proud of, to be honest with you, but she's trying to calm herself down. She blazes down with Nathan's mom sometimes, too, but her daddy don't know about that yet. Natalie finally sees Nathan come around the corner of the building and quickly walk to the car. "Hey, I'm sorry I took so long," he says, almost out of breath, as he closes and locks the door immediately. "I was, looking up some maps on my phone." She looks at him as she blows a huge cloud of smoke in front of both of them. You know, the Wi-Fi was quicker and she cuts him off. "It's okay, Nathan. Just calm down. Hit this real quick." She passes him the bowl and he takes it as he makes eye contact with her. Her eyes are beautiful and extremely bloodshot. She smiles as he takes a drag and blows that tree down. He grabs the pint of Mr. Boston's from the cup holder and takes a grammatically large swig. He sets it down, swallows, takes a deep breath, looks at Natalie. "Hey, listen, there's something I've been wanting to mention, something I've wanted to talk to you about." She smiles and looks at him as she puts on a jacket. "Oh, really? That's nice. I wonder what it is." He's excited that she's excited, but even more nervous now that the door is open. "Hey, before you tell me, we should really get going, okay? But I want to go outside and smoke this joint with you before we go." She pulls a freshly wrapped J out of her jacket pocket. He's confused. "You want to go back out there? It's sketchy and there's..." "Nathan, come on," she interrupts playfully as she opens up her door and starts to step out. "I was waiting patiently for you before I lit this. We'll be quick, and then we'll get on the road and you can tell me your story." She closes the door and starts walking toward the woods behind the building. Nathan has to get out and follow her now. He gets out, locks the door, and rushes to catch up. In the distance behind, he hears sirens and looks up at Natalie. "Come on, babe," she shouts to him from ahead. He's dumbfounded. Babe? Did she really just call me babe? Wait, the sirens. Why are there sirens? They're getting louder. I need to catch up with her. She's in the fucking woods. Does she not hear the sirens? He runs into the woods and finally catches up to her. She's waiting for him in between a cluster of trees. "Just real quick, okay?" She lights the joint, takes a big drag, and passes it to Nathan. "Your turn." She hands him the lighter, too. "Light it again and take a really big hit. Don't be a pussy," she says as she winks at him. He takes the biggest drag of all time in order to impress her before his big announcement. He exhales and hears the sirens getting even louder. They both cough, experiencing the pleasure and pain of this amazing joint Natalie summoned from her jacket. He looks up at her and sees something in the distance of the dark woods. It's a figure, a human-shaped one, coming toward them very quickly from the depths of the trees. "Natalie, there's someone coming," he whispers to her as she's taking another huge drag of that fat doink. She hears him, but doesn't seem alarmed or worried in the least bit. He's panicking and wondering why she's so calm. "Natalie!" The figure approaches them, finally slowing down. "I come in peace," it says. Nathan puts his arm around Natalie as they look at the newcomer. It's a rugged, fit, older gentleman with a beard. He's dressed in running shorts and a pair of worn running sneakers. He's in a sweaty t-shirt and bucket hat with a hydration backpack on his shoulders. "Hey, guys, you hear those sirens?" he asks. "Yes," Nathan exclaims, glad that someone else notices. You both better follow me. We need to get running, he says with a smile as he continues to jog in place. Wait, what's going on, sir? I'm Partario. Partario, Clondis, Porchdoor. You two look great. He smiles again. And if you want to get fit and have any chance of living, you ought to follow me. Nathan is beyond confused. He's not only stressed about the sirens and this random runner, but he's starting to feel his legs get a rush of extreme energy. He thinks maybe it's just the anxiety. What is going on? Nathan yells. Hi, Partario, Natalie says happily. Thank you for guiding us. She smiles. Partario smiles. Natalie throws the almost finished joint on the ground and starts running in place. Nathan looks at her, confused, as he hears the sirens pull up to the location right outside of the woods. His legs are ready to move. His adrenaline is pumping, but he still doesn't know what's happening. He looks down and sees his quad muscles start to pulse. Let's go! Follow me! Partario shouts. He starts running. Natalie starts running. Nathan realizes that he has no choice but to follow them. Before he can even make the decision to move his feet, he looks down and realizes his legs are already moving at a very swift speed. He's running. They're all running together, close by, away from the noise, weaving in and out of the trees in the dark. We're getting away, Natalie shouts. Yes, Partario responds, but we can't slow down. Keep up and stay hydrated. The heat behind us will try to slow you down. The heat? Nathan asks as they're all running. Yes, the heat, Natalie answers. Nathan looks back in the distance and realizes huge flames are forming back where they came from, growing in the sky. But the flames are very different, almost colorful. Stay with us, Nathan. I know Partario from a past life. She smiles and farts on accident while running. Nathan chuckles and is slightly more comfortable that Natalie knows this man somehow. Sorry about that, Nathan. Can you feel the rush yet? Somehow, Nathan knows exactly what she's talking about. He feels huge rushes of adrenaline running through his body. He looks up as Partario is tossing them water in bottle form. One each. He then takes his hydration backpack off and tosses it away into the trees. I'm ready to grow, Partario exclaims. My name is Partario Clondis Porchdoor. I'm about to begin my transformation. He begins to rip off his clothes and hat, and his form seems to change shape. They're all still running, and they're not losing energy. Natalie opens up her water bottle to drink, and Nathan does the same. He looks down at it in his hands as it slowly transforms into a 750 milliliter bottle of Mr. Boston's vodka. I don't even have a problem with this, Nathan shouts, accepting his developing happiness. Me either, Natalie replies. They both take a huge swig of their bottles and then toss them to each other simultaneously, trading them in midair. Nathan catches Natalie's bottle and notices it has actually transformed into a bottle of Maker's Mark. Natalie is pleased when the man on the Mr. Boston's bottle starts talking to her. Keep it up, young lady. Take some of me now. She keeps running and accepts his offering, taking a drink of his bottle body. Thank you, Mr. Boston, Natalie shouts, letting out another toot. I'll take human form now, m'lady. Mr. Boston fluidly removes himself from the label and becomes human. He starts running with the group through the trees, some of which seem to be opening up and releasing other groups of people in the distance. We must follow Partario at this point, he adds, pointing ahead toward Partario, who has evolved into something new and progressive, all things considered. We're making good time, he yells back to Nathan, Natalie, and Mr. Boston. Now, examine me now that I'm no longer Partario. I've become John Clondis. The way he emerges as a new being is impressive and beautiful, like Natalie's eyes. This enriches the mood of the party, providing a movie-like atmosphere. Nathan recognizes John Clondis, who looks at him with a nod. Not a happy nod, but respectful nonetheless. He was Nathan's 8th grade teacher, science class, back in the day. John Clondis pulls a fucking body out of a tree that is moving with them now as they're running. It's the only moving tree, to be honest with you. The body accepts its fate to run and exchange conversation in its own respective way, therefore coming to life. Nathan and Natalie welcome him with a wave. It's a young man that was also in Nathan's class. His name is LP Dog, and he's an underground rapper. Happy to be here, you guys. I'm a chemist now, Mr. Clondis. A group of chemists and doctors emerge from within the woods and join the traveling group. The doctors are there for safety. Lil Soda Boy emerges. He was also in their science class that year. Nathan, LP Dog, and Lil Soda Boy all speak to Mr. Clondis at once, in unison. We're truly sorry we called you John Penis that year behind your back. It was childish humor, but it surely had long-lasting effects. I accept, shouts John Clondis. Everyone claps. Thank you all, and bless these words. Depression is a monster. And remember, my name is John Penis, but you can call me Penis. He smiles at all these motherfuckers. They're all truly happy, except for Lil Soda. As everyone is running still, he speaks up. Depression is real, guys, he says. They're all still zooming through the air, zooming through the woods. Lil Soda Boy accepts his own mental decision to turn into an appliance. In front of everyone, he pops a Perk 30 and evolves into a full-sized refrigerator. Fuck, is this what is happening? Mr. Boston asks out loud, rhetorically. My name is Rasputario. I am a refrigerator with human feelings. I'm the first and final reincarnation of that burnt-down vending machine that you deemed useless, Nathan, right before you set me on fire. What? Nathan exclaims. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. It's over, Rasputario interrupts. I'm useless. Useless. You're not. I'm sorry, Rasputario, Nathan screams in despair. And I didn't set you on fire. Useless! Rasputario takes out a fucking gun from the ice machine on his chest. If this is the weirdest shit you all experience tonight, you'll be okay. He points it right at the side of his own head, pulls the trigger, and kills himself. Everyone sheds a tear, but happy little ducks begin falling out of the refrigerator door of the now deceased refrigerator. They're shouting little sexual chants of positivity in celebration and respect for the now enlightened Lil Soda Boy appliance. On to a better life, one says. Don't dwell, shouts another. Quack, quack, says a third. They keep pouring out, monumentally, turning the sad situation into a gratificational experience of positivity. Don't dwell, shouts Mr. Boston to Nathan. Forget about your doubts and talk to her, he whispers to him while Natalie is smoking a blunt with LP Dog. After our little trip, of course, Mr. Boston adds. Nathan looks over at Natalie and she's ripping the bong hard with LP. Her daddy don't know about that yet. This running trip starts to become more quiet, and the group of beings begin to mellow out, but still speed through the air together, running and running without becoming slow or tired. This goes on and on for a half hour. They chat and continue to see other beings and congregations come out of the trees and join them. A group of lawyers emerges from the trees, and they're all having a group therapy session whilst running. They're teaching each other how to use saute pans, and they all end up sauteing each other. This debacle turns into a group of sad, speedy, sauteed lawyers. Sad, but true. Burnt, caramelized skin, but still aware and ready to communicate with the individuals. They had to become small men in order to fit into the pans to saute each other, as you may know, which is only possible in this portion of the story. Nathan witnesses all of this. Another mass appears and floods in from the depths. A group of respected Vikings. They catch up to Nathan and Natalie and LP Dog and the ducks, who continue to multiply. One of the Vikings brandishes a spiked club and a bag of shit. It's not a lot of shit, but a small turd sealed in a clear, airtight baggie.
Although I must announce my sincere regards for soda, R.I.P., I must inform you of my shit bag. My name is Orm. Whilst pillaging over a decade ago, I bent over to open a cellar door and decided to smell my own ass since my face was close to it. I realized I had shit in my ass. I smelled it. I don't mind the smell of shit, but I thought someone else might. Why did I care about anyone else that day? I'm not sure. But I always seemed to have trapped turds in my ass hairs, like any other Viking. So I saw a gypsy and paid for her services. She, with the help of a Caribbean genie, granted me the power to never have dookie in my pants again. I'd never have dookie collect up in my ass.
Orm smiles, then frowns.
The only catch is, I have to carry the dookie that would be in my ass in a small bag instead, and preach the gospel about it, and show it to a few people. I can't go back and change the curse, so fuck me. People think that knowing everything is good. Well, it's not. Sure, I've always got a clean ass, but if I never knew my ass was dirty, if I was never aware of a little bit of dookie in my butt cheeks, I'd never be cursed with this shit bag. I still love women and beer and getting pussy, though, so fuck all the weak motherfuckers and they can lick my clean old ass.
He won't stop ranting. One of the sauteed lawyers decides to swim up to the preaching Viking real quick from about 20 feet away. The sauteed lawyer grows back into a normal-sized human by the time he reaches Orm and takes the Viking's man boobs out. He sticks his sauteed dick in between Orm's breasts and titty fucks him until exploding a load of cum directly between his double chin into his sweaty neckbeard.
I'm not even mad about this,
the Viking exclaims. Hey, me either, says Natalie. I never knew something like this would turn me on so much. Nathan hears her say this. He thinks, this girl is a freak-a-leak. This goes on for another hour, which turns into a couple more hours. Just random shit, creepy shit, sexual shit. Nathan and Natalie bump into each other at one point and chuckle, embarrassed that they each zoned the fuck out. A girl runs up in front of Natalie and says hi. They keep running. Natalie says hi back and gives her a hug. Nathan wonders who the girl is. She looks their age. She's Natalie's lover from a recurring dream she has. Her name is Jamie Porchdoor. She explains who she is to Nathan, that she is Natalie's first and only female lover from her dreams. She then explains to Natalie that she's a cab driver now, back in the normal realm of dreamland, and that she evolved from John Clondis. Therefore, she is a merged combination of Natalie's lesbian dream lover and the John Clondis reincarnate. She is the final evolution of Partario Clondis Porchdoor. Things are starting to become very confusing. Shit's crazy and this book is fucked. Everyone's running starts to slow down. An hour or so seems to go by, and their pace eventually turns into walking. Nathan thinks to himself, Natalie has a girl lover from her dreams? Should I be worried? Is this woman gonna ruin my chance? Finally, Jamie Porchdoor summons a taxicab from the tree realm. A shiny yellow taxi emerges from the tree groups. Everyone needs to slow down now. Let's start to gather ourselves, Jamie Porchdoor says. She looks at Nathan and Natalie, who look exhausted. Hop into my cab, you two. I'm going to take you somewhere to burn alive. Nathan's heart drops. Burn alive? What the fuck? Nathan is instantly immobile as she freezes him in time. He tries to scream but can't as Jamie and Natalie pick him up and sit his paralyzed body in the back seat. Why is Natalie in on this? Natalie closes the door for him and hops in the passenger seat. Jamie hits the gas and they start driving. They're laughing at Nathan, who is terrified and feels like he's about to be murdered. He can't speak or move. This goes on for what seems like an hour. The car is violently speeding through the trees as the girls are cackling, screaming, and now kissing. They start making out in the front of the cab. Jamie takes her hands off the wheel and pushes Natalie out of the speeding car. She then climbs in the back and pushes Nathan out. They fall into a dark opening in the trees, and Jamie Porchdoor follows them. Nathan and Natalie are now sitting on a bench, drenched in sweat. Jamie removes an 8-inch silver dagger from her boot and holds it up in the air. Her beautiful skin is now melting off, flesh and bones exposed, as she laughs demonically. Nathan sees her skull as she speaks. It's time to wake up, she announces. Natalie slaps Nathan in the face a couple times, violently. She then lights his entire body on fire with her flaming, bloodshot eyes. He feels it, but can't move a muscle, can't scream. Jamie holds the blade up to Nathan's neck, and Natalie helps her push it in. Nathan can't move, and he screams inside as they shove the blade in. I'm going to take you somewhere to burn alive.